Hi, my name's V. You might know me from some of the R4nger5 Media that I've helped produce over the last couple of years, and one of my big hobbies is wild camping. So given that I really like making media, and especially I'm getting really into making video, I thought I'd produce a short TV series about all the things that I've learned and things that I do when I go wild camping. And I've decided to call it Back of Beyond. Because the acronym for that is something that always makes me smile, is the concept of a bug out bag. Given that when I go wild camping I bring one bag, and in that bag everything has to come out of that, and including my hammock. This is my hammock and tarp setup, and this is kind of going to be our studio for the next 6 episodes at least, where I'm going to not necessarily show you all the things I knew straight out of the gate, but I'm going to tell you how, more or less the things that it's not a really good idea to do, because I made a lot of mistakes. The first 4 or 5 times I went wild camping I had a pretty uncomfortable, miserable time, but what I did do was every time I found something that I could have brought, or a better way of doing something, I adopted it, and pretty much subsequently every single time I've come wild camping it's been slightly more comfortable and it's been slightly more fun, and now I'm at a point where I come out here for fun for a couple of nights at a time, and generally I'm always trying out something new. The idea with Back of Beyond is, the first series anyway, is going to be divided into 2 sections. The first section, episodes 1 to 6, which I'm going to call Series 1A, is going to be me demonstrating the things that I've learned, showing you bits of equipment that you could use if you wanted to, and going through various techniques of doing stuff and various things that I've learned in the last, I suppose I've been camping 10-12 times, wild camping 10-12 times in the last couple of years. It's and in this year I've come camping 6 or 7 times already out in the woods, to this really wonderful place that I've found, which is going to be our studio for the next 6 episodes. Now, Series 1B, the following 6 episodes that will make up the second half of the first series, what I'd like is that if everybody could send stuff in, or just send me an email saying something you'd like to see, or send me a piece of footage, or upload a piece of footage onto YouTube, or upload it to somewhere like archive.org, and let us use it, and we'll incorporate it, edit it down, get it all tidied up, and incorporate it into the show. So we're aiming for, if you've got something that you know how to do and you want to demonstrate that, about 5 minutes of video would be great, showing you how you do what it is you do in the context of wild camping. Wild camping's not exactly bushcrafting, and it's not exactly some kind of survival sort of idea. It's more, if you're the sort of person that enjoys camping, but doesn't enjoy going to a campsite, having all the rules and regulations laid out for you, having to go to bed at a certain time, having to be in a field with loads of other people that are running around screaming, barking dogs, screaming kids, frisbees flying past your heads, that sort of thing. If you wanted to avoid that, especially in the UK, we live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and I can't stress that enough. We have beautiful forest land, and pretty much all of the wild camping stuff we're going to show is going to be in one of my favourite pieces of woodland. that has an abundance of different kinds of woods and different kinds of plants and animals and all sorts of things. And every time I come, I see something new, which is wonderful. So I mean, that's part of it. I'm really into being out in the wilds. I really enjoy the natural world and sort of exciting wanders through bits of woodland and finding new corners of woodland, finding new plants and stuff like that. I love foraging for food. I love really sort of like existing on my own terms. And I've been camping with a couple of people a couple of times, and I've enjoyed that. But there is that wonderful sense of you have walked into the woods with everything that you need to have a very, very comfortable time and enjoy yourself. And you can do it all on your own. And it's not necessarily about doing it on your own. And I wouldn't suggest anybody go wild camping for the first time on their own, because it's pretty scary. But it is a really fabulous way to spend a couple of nights out in the woods. Woodland is the prime environment for wild camping, so we're pretty much going to focus on that. But it's a fascinating place to be. If you wake up early enough, you'll see all sorts of wildlife that you'd never get to see in an urban setting. And I think that it disciplines you for making sure that you have everything that you think you're going to need. It disciplines you for it gives you an idea of self-reliance, and generally you become a lot more confident after doing this for a while. And I can understand why people want to do bushcrafting, but I don't really think that bushcrafting and wild camping are exactly the same thing. Bushcrafting is going out into the woods and having a great time, and exploring different methods for getting stuff done, lighting fires, eating wild food and stuff like that, and we're going to borrow heavily from it. But there's never really been a series of videos entirely about wild camping, and I'd like loads of people to contribute to it. I'd like all sorts of input, whether it be by email or video, or just getting in touch and telling me what you'd like to see, or actually just go and doing it, and we'd love to show that. Or even if you shoot your own TV series, well, review and plug it on the show. I mean, that's the idea. Everybody gets a say in Series 1B. So if now is the time. If you're watching this promo, now is the time to think about the things that you'd like to see. It's the time to think about the things that you can do that you'd like to show us how to do, or it's the time to think about putting across your ideas for different websites and stuff like that. So it's going to have lots of different input. So if you want to be part of the team that puts together wild camping, or you want to show off what you can do, or you do your own wild camping series of videos, now's the time to let us know, and we'll put that across during the series. So, welcome to Back and Beyond. So this is what we're working with for the next 6 episodes at least, and there's a very good reason why we're going to be concentrating on this kind of setup. A tarpaulin and hammock setup is the most comfortable way that I've so far found for camping in a lot of different environments. It's pretty cheap, doesn't cost a huge amount of money, it's very comfortable, keeps you off the ground, because the ground is one of the coldest things to sleep on, and it supports your back and is very comfortable to sit in, and is a really, really comfortable way to just lounge around in the woods. I'll just tighten in a bit there. My particular hammock and tarp setup has been modified, and I've changed things on it over the last year or so since I bought it. And you really do end up making it your own. And your way of hooking it up is going to be a lot different to the way other people hook up theirs. So the idea is that you share good ideas and you reject bad ones, and you move on, and you just make it continually slightly more comfortable to sleep in. Well, it's good to have a fire pit. It's a good way of getting rid of your rubbish. You can pile all your wood around it and have a lovely fire in the evenings. If you're in a piece of woodland that's got very mulchy soil, always put a few rocks down underneath where you're going to have your fire. That'll stop you scorching the earth, and move it around from time to time. And if you're being smart and you're on your own, make sure you've got a nice tree to set up against.